I bring you greetings on the first day of September, if you can believe it, and I saw my first whirly worm this morning. It's happening. Fall is on its way. Our mission statement says this: we come together as High Country United Church of Christ. Number one, to create a safe and loving environment. Number two, to discover and cultivate spiritual growth. And number three, to establish community by reflecting and celebrating God's love. Our mission is to inspire positive change in our world as we are led by the example of Christ. That example that specifically includes love, compassion, and the acceptance of all people. One way that we are attempting right now, and we'll kick off a way to carry this out, is number one, building and creating a safe environment, is to pay off our mortgage, which is costing us $1,835 each month. Our loan will cost us, in addition to the principal, approximately $43,000 in interest over the remainder of the loan, which is, we have about 10 years remaining on this loan. Since I've been here several years ago, even before I got here, Ed Neff, who has been a founder and a champion of High Country United Church and others, well, they've been discussing what would it be like if we paid off our mortgage. But over the course of these conversations, the time just didn't seem right. We believe in Kairos time here, that the Spirit bubbles up when it's supposed to. And then early in this year, in our creativity series, well, Cliff Elder, when he was talking about repurposing his barns, he also suggested it again, that we need to pay off our mortgage so that that money, specifically in interest, $43,000, could really go for mission. And so a little month ago, sitting right here on this pavilion, a group came together and discussed it. I put out a net. People that were interested joined here, and there were about 8 to 10 people that joined here. This past Sunday, they announced an assertive, Spirit-led effort to pay off our mortgage, which right now is $177,038. by the end of next year, 2022. In preparation for this challenge, for this charge, we just began kind of talking about it. Well, before we knew it, just in talking about it, $29,800 had already been offered. Put this towards the mortgage. And then we asked the leadership, the council, and other leaders, hey, what do you think about this? And before you knew it, we had another $38,000 pledged. So right now today, in kicking off this campaign, we already have $68,000 toward the goal of $177,000. High Country, you are a remarkable congregation doing amazing things. And I believe, and we believe, that paying off our mortgage will definitely allow us to expand our work and witness. So, what you need to know if you want to be a part of this endeavor is, if you would like to receive in the mail an envelope that offers you a chance to give and to make a pledge, I'm going to invite you right now to send us an email or a text message or a call, and we will mail this to you so that you have this envelope to send back in your check and or your pledge. Or number two, if you would prefer to do that digitally, right here attached with this email, you will find the form as well. So you can do it digitally as well as on paper. It is amazing that in the blink of an eye, $68,000 has already been kind of in the bank. And that's just been talking about a little bit and saying, well, what if? So I invite you, if this too stirs your soul, to get on board. Number two part of our mission statement talks about deepening our spiritual growth, expanding our spiritual growth. Reverend Marcia Cham has agreed to come lead us in a 3-Sunday series to initially, intentionally, and purposefully discover and cultivate our spiritual growth. She's calling it Freedom to Dive Deeper into Our Essence, a worthy quest indeed. And here she would like for a poem to be offered. Deep is where it is dark, where there is mystery, where the way is not known, where it is easy to become fearful and even turn back. But deep within your heart, God is where there's always enough strength to go in, where truth becomes known, where your love holds me close, where I need not be afraid, my hidden self. Deep, deep down in the womb of yourself, safe, nourished, guarded, nourished, guarded, enlivened. Take me there, God. I want to go. This poem was written and offered by Joyce Roop. And this poem has become really symbolic and metaphor and an anchor for Reverend Marcia Cham. And for her, this is where she would like to journey with us in the month of September. So I invite you right now to circle September 12th, 19th, and 26th on your calendar to come and really go deep within your own spirit. She purposely is going to use an ancient tool many of you know is called the Enneagram. And she's going to really have some fun with that, both seriously and literally to find ways to have humor within ourselves. With that Enneagram, she's going to push us, push me, push you to really understand what form of prayer is meaningful for you, how you understand God. Over a month ago now, on July 25th, Reverend Melanie Childers and I sat here, and many of you watched because you were here or I've seen the ticks on the YouTube channel and Facebook. And well, when we talk about post-Christianity, we're not saying Christ is gone. What we're saying is we're going deeper into our understanding of our faith and what it means to really be a follower of the teachings of Jesus. And Marcia's gift that she's going to bring to us in September is to help us on that path. And so if you want to know about your faith and how to grow that from just a sapling into a magnificent oak tree, I'm going to say right now, put those dates, September 12th, 19th, and 26th on your date on your calendar book, and come show up here. Or it will be on Facebook and YouTube. If this is not the place for you because of COVID or other reasons, know that we will make that available to you on Facebook and YouTube. And to help us get ready for journeying together on our faith quest, number 3 part of our mission statement actually reads, to establish community. To establish community by reflecting and celebrating God's love. And so a piece of that work is going to be this Sunday, in a few days from now. In celebration of Labor Day, I am going to challenge you and encourage you to do labors of love, to reflect and celebrate God's love out in the midst of the world. We're going to offer a chance to have a small group at Farm Cafe doing deep cleaning. There's going to be another small group putting on some rails on a ramp for Miss Dawn Dudka in Newland. There's going to be a group up in Matney, up on 194, weeding, taking the weeds out of a circular riding pen, horse riding pen for Spirit Ride, which is a therapeutic riding school. This is a nonprofit that works mostly with children, using horses for and through and with experiential learning. We also, this Sunday, might need a photographer in these places just to document the amazing work and the fun work that's happening. And so if you want to know where to plug in, ask me where your gifts can best be offered this Sunday. Yes, there are going to be more options for labors of love, and maybe this Sunday won't work for you because you're doing other things for Labor Day. And maybe you need to be here in this pavilion in worship because this is your only time to sit still and receive. And so know that Sarah will be here offering a very scaled down time of worship. And I invite you to come be a part of that if that's what you need. Also, a piece of this building community. In last November, when we passed the WISE commitment, which offered to us and designated us as a WISE church, one of the first pieces, action plans with that WISE, the document and commitment, was to create a relational covenant. Our WISE team spent the next months listening to you, working amongst themselves, and drafting again a draft of a relational covenant. That was rolled out this past Sunday at the congregational meeting, and that is attached to this very email. So I'm going to invite you right now to have a look at that. And in celebration and joy, last night, the Annex Task Force, which met with the moderator, Jenny Nellis, as well as the finance team, they used it for the first time. They read it together, and then their meeting, as they had good and hard and deep conversation, was held together within those bounds. So I'm going to encourage you around your dining room table, in your homes, in your groups that you meet with, that you would take this relational covenant either digitally or maybe even print it out and just begin to resonate with it. Hold it deep within your soul and spirit. And what is it saying to you? A piece of this relational covenant is learning how to really listen to one another, which is going to be the #1 task of Marcia Cham as she works with us for those 3 Sundays in September, helping us hear the differences within the body that are both blessing and at times can be challenging. But how do we work through those challenges and with those challenges to truly find blessing? Because there's 9 points in and on the Enneagram. I'm not sure the correct preposition to use, but we need all 9 of them because they all bring blessings to us. And once we can really understand those blessings, then we as a community really grow our roots deeper so that this little sapling really begins to be a wise oak tree or pine tree or hickory tree or whatever is your favorite tree that offers amazing nourishment and habitat and just beauty to our world. So again, I invite you to plug in ways that you know that you need to. Be bold, be brave, and step into the river. See you next week.